Okay, well tonight I've joined the ZHCC Sub 2 ride. This is part of my ride review series. I'm going to try and stay as close to the leader as I can, and let's find out whether it stays to the stated pace or whether it fails the test. The course is the Bologna time trial course, which is a very, very steep hill. So the reason I chose this ride is because I think it's going to be very difficult staying at 2 kilos up this hill. But we'll see. So here we go. Let's see what it's like. All I have to do is spot the leader and try and get close. There she is up the front. She's using the fence. And close up a bit on her. So I'm just in front of the leader. And the group draft means that the speed, because we're going downhill, there's really no need to be at 2 kilos when you're in the group and drafting. So I'm actually able to drop off the pace and just enjoy the drafting. Big group. And fans on. There we go. The real test of a ride like this is when we get to the climb, because obviously you'll have stronger riders wanting to put power down on the climb, and you'll have the slower riders at the back. But the idea of this particular climb and this particular group ride is to ride at a nice easy pace where the group stays together. So we'll see whether that happens. Very impressed with the start so far. Certainly sub 2, which is as advertised. Good clear instructions from Lynda, the ride leader. Now what I'm seeing here is the ride splitting slightly. Not a lot, but enough of a gap is forming between the two groups. So it'll be interesting to see whether the front group slow down and come back. What I am really pleased to see is that the ride leader is not chasing. She's not trying to close up on the gap in front. That's good leading. And yes, it looks like the group in front have realised they were breaking away and they've slowed down to let it all come back together. That's good ride etiquette. There's quite a few first timers, which is nice to see on a group ride. I always enjoy seeing first timers on my rides, and it's nice to see we're being welcomed, which again we make sure that we give everybody a warm welcome on the launch pad and through two rides. Oh, the climb twice, not so sure about that. Now it will be interesting to see what pace they go up the climb. There's the fence, so I'm going to drop back. Certainly don't want to go through the fence. No one's on Discord, and that's fine. I haven't set it tonight. So a huge number of the group actually through the fence. Okay, I'm going to switch into my lower gear for the climb and just stay next to the leader, see what pace the leader does. I'm doing 2.3. The leader's just behind me, so slow down and let her catch me. 2.2. Look how close the fence is. Okay, so you can see from my pace, which is 2.0, give or take, that the leader is not gaining on me, which means that she's not doing my pace, or she's just matching. That's good leading. The group is advertised as a sub 2, and so she's remaining true to the pace on the climb. You can tell it's a hard climb because I just looked down to see whether I have any more gears left. The pace, the RPM pace, is a little bit too slow for my liking. Normally I'd be doing a little bit more on a climb like this. Okay, I'm going to try and drop back and pick up the leader. You must have climbing if you're going up this beast twice. And there goes the leader. So I'll speed up a bit to capture. And ride alongside for a little while. Now if you look back to the video I made asking for help and telling people what I propose to do in this series of rides, then you'll see that I did speak about flyers and how in the very early days of Zwift almost all the group rides were spoiled to a large extent by large groups of flyers. I think Zwift are addressing this problem with the fence, and I personally can't wait until they turn it on so that it actually does pick people out the ride. Yeah, no, give them warnings. 2 or 3 warnings and then you're out. Because why come on a ride and not stick to the prescribed pace? There's lots and lots of higher watt category rides to go on. You know, we at 3R run rides of all levels, from 1.0 all the way up to A+ racing. There you go, I've gone through the barrier and it told me to return to the group. You saw the message on the screen. There you go. So I'm going to slow down and return to the leader. Make sure I don't go through it again. I just wanted to have a look and see what the message was on screen, and it's been confirmed. It's returned to group. So now I'll slow and rejoin the leader. Yeah, I'm not going to be too harsh on this group in terms of those off the front, because I always knew it was going to be difficult for riders to stay on pace on such a hard climb. So don't knock them too much. And Lynda is handling it superbly well. Staying on pace, she's keeping a nice tight compact leader group around her and doing everything that we expect a ride leader to do on these types of rides. In fact, she's going above and beyond. Good messaging, communication with riders, asking how they're doing. Very impressed. For many riders, and me in particular, Zwift is about the community. It is about group riding. And there you can see just how easy it is to get dropped through inattentiveness, as you're miles away concentrating on something else and I'm dropped from the group. Make a bit of an effort to get back. Latch onto these two guys. I do love the tuck feature on Zwift. It gives you the opportunity to recover like I'm doing here. Note to self, keep an eye on the group. Losing them like this is not a good idea. Well, that was quite a chase. Now remember my tip from previous videos. When you're closing a gap, like we've just closed, don't stop at the back of the braid. Back of the group rather. Close the gap and then ride through the group. Get near the front and then recover. And now I can use on. Okay, so as you can tell, this small group near the leader, the recovery pace is allowing people to get the breath back. The pace is sub 2, well in the sub 2 zone, so it's nice. Chance to regroup around the leader, get your breath back and prepare for the next climb. Should be noted that the group has now slimmed down considerably, but yet the group leader has just kept it going, same pace, not chased. So all in all, pretty good. I should have paid attention on the descent instead of getting dropped, having to chase back, but that's my fault and not the group's fault. Now the tendency on the last bit of a ride is to up the pace. So let's see what happens here on this final bit of the climb. It's nice to see the group coming back together. Yeah, that's a good number, Lynda. 133. Can't see how we can get up the full climb again. In a boom left. Oh, see. This is definitely one of those hills where you need to be really pushing. I actually find it very hard to cycle so slowly on steep sections like this. What I really want to do is get out of the saddle and get those revs going. But obviously then I climb well above the right pace. So I just have to sit in the saddle and push a slow cadence to stay at the prescribed kilos. And big kudos to the leader for doing the same. Okay, I'm actually going to ride back down the hill to get the extra kilometres in the Zwift. But before I do, my verdict on the ride. They've certainly picked one of the toughest rides on Zwift to do a sub 2. And I have to say that they handled it fantastic. The leader's pace, great. She kept a small group around her throughout. Didn't chase the people going off the front. Let the fence take care of that. And all in all, I'm very impressed with the ride. Top notch. Yeah. Okay. On that note, I'm going to close down the video and we'll see you in the next one.